Every time I glanced at a photo of my wedding cake, a bittersweet memory surfaced, a tale both amusing and sobering. It all began during my wedding preparations in Kaduna, a bustling city in northern Nigeria. A dear friend recommended a well known baker in the city, renowned for her intricate wedding cakes. Though my friend hadn't personally met her, she was adamant about taking me there. For the trip, I decided to leave my sleek Mercedes at home and rode in my friend's modern Volkswagen Beetle instead, dressed casually to avoid drawing attention. When we arrived at the baker's quaint shop, the air seemed to shift as she glanced at us. Miss Halima, that's her name, remained etchy in my memory for all the wrong reasons. She barely masked her disapproval, her eyes skimming over the old beetle and my simple attire. I need a wedding cake, I began. But before I could continue, she interjected with a tone drenched in condescension. My cake are expensive, she declared, as though to scare me off. Are you sure you can afford it? I assured her that I could. Unfazed, she added, well, I don't make cake for just anyone. My clients are important people, managers, boutique owners, and the like. I smiled and repeated that I wanted a service. She pressed further. Where is the wedding? Lagos, I replied. My eyebrows shot up. We need to cover my airfare. I don't travel by road. That's fine, I said. And accommodation, she added, clearly expecting me to falter. Consider it done, I replied calmly. By now, my friend was nudging me, whispering, double A, as I was fondly called by my closest friend. Just tell her who you are and end this nonsense. But I shook my head, more amused than offended. I was curious to see how far she would go. Despite my assurance, the baker wasn't convinced. She dismissed us with a casual wave, asking for my number and promising to call. I left my contact details under my house name, Asabe, and walked away, knowing I wouldn't hear from her again. And I didn't call her either. Thankfully, fate had other plans. A generous Canadian chef at the prestigious hotel in Lagos offered to bake my wedding cake for free. It was a masterstroke of public relations, showcasing the hotel's culinary prowess. The cake he created was a towering masterpiece, far beyond anything the Kaduna baker would have imagined. A week before the wedding, the story took a dramatic turn. The baker saw televised announcements of my upcoming nuptials, a high profile event at that time. Realizing I was the same ordinary woman she had dismissed, she panicked. The next day, she showed up at my family home, visibly fluttered and full of apologies. Why didn't you tell me who you were? She stammered. I would have handled things differently. It was too late. On that sunny day in October, my wedding unfolded as a grand affair at the hotel witnessed the first ever lavish wedding hosted at the iconic venue. The life-sized multi-tier cake was the centerpiece, drawing admiration from guests and media alike. The event was broadcasted nationwide, cementing the hotel chef's reputation, while the Kaduna baker missed a golden opportunity to showcase her work. Years later, I heard her business had folded after a string of difficulties. This experience taught me a profound lesson: never judge a book by its cover. Too often, we let appearances cloud our judgment, closing doors to meaningful connections and opportunities. The baker's snobbery cost her not only a lucrative job but also exposure that could have transformed her career. Life has a way of rewarding humility and teaching us lessons in unexpected ways. When one door closes, another greater one opens, sometimes by divine mercy. So, let us treat everyone with respect and kindness, regardless of their outward status. God created us equally in worth, even if our circumstances differ. Thank you for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed this tale and want to hear more, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Let's keep the spirit of storytelling alive together. Until next time, keep the stories close to your heart.